What's up, guys? My name's Rishabh, and you're watching the Cube Wealth Show. Today, we're going to talk about how to save money. But before we jump into that, I have to ask you to subscribe to this channel and download the Cube Wealth app from the link in the description so that you keep getting great advice on how to build your wealth. So, we wanted to know how the rich save money, and we did some research. We looked at top articles compiled around this topic by renowned websites, and we found that everyone has a few good tips, but not everything makes sense in the Indian context. So what we've gone ahead and done is collected all the best money saving tips on the internet to create this massive repository of 20 money saving tips that you can use to start saving money. Let's take a look. Number one, save most of your money. Now, what this tip really means is you should try and save at least 20 to 30% of your monthly income, and that might sound difficult, which is why the rest of the tips in this list are going to help you understand how to get there. But the baseline number you're trying to look at is, can I save 20 to 30% of what I make every month? Because I think you can. Number two, pay using cash. Now, a lot of us are used to digital payments and paying using cards, and all that's great. But if you're trying to save money, and if you're someone who has a hard time saving money, then you might consider paying using cash as one of the tricks to subconsciously feel the act of actually spending that money. So every time you pay using cash, it's a more real thing because you realize that you're actually handing over cash versus just numbers going down in your account, coming through a message, or just showing up on your screen. On the other hand, if you're someone who's paying using credit cards to collect points, then one thing that you have to keep in mind is that you ensure that those expenses never roll over to the next month or to the balance of the next month, because that kind of bad habit tends to catch up. Number three, eliminate debt. Now, when you're trying to get rich, you want interest and compound interest to be working in your favor. So if you have any loans or credit card bills that are pending, that are piling up, your first agenda of the day should be to pay off your debt, because that's one thing that you don't want to be working against you, and that expense just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Number four, don't waste anything. Smart people manage money by getting the most out of everything that they buy, whether it's your car, whether it's clothes, whether it's food that you're buying. Make sure you get the best out of anything that you've purchased, and don't throw things away before you've derived true value out of them. Number five, invest in mutual funds. We all know a great way to grow wealth is to invest money. All wealthy people do this, they invest money and they watch it grow. But not all of us have the stomach to take big risks, which is why a good place to start is to invest using mutual funds, which keep your risk under check and let you choose your risk appetite. Most people start using a combination of lump sum and taking the SIP route, so do check it out. Try investing in mutual funds if you want to get started with the Cube Wealth app. I've obviously put a link to that in the description, so download it. It's a simple app, the UI is easy, and even if you're a beginner, you can download the app and get started. Number six, get deal savvy. Find great deals. There's no need for you to buy everything at MRP. Most of the time, there's always a better deal that you can get out there, especially if you ask around. So go on, ask, and you'll always get a better deal. Getting a good deal on your regular expenses can really save big money almost immediately. So the next time you're buying something, go on, see if you can get a good deal. Number seven, don't be ashamed of bargaining. Now, we've already discussed the benefits of trying to get a good deal. So rich people don't get rich by spending their money mindlessly. One habit rich people have is that they negotiate and they bargain where it matters. Whether you're buying a home, a new car, furniture from a store, whatever it is that you're getting, always try to negotiate, and you'll often find that you can knock off 10 to 15% from the price simply by negotiating a better deal. And this is different from us saying that you should go and not buy at MRP and bargain, because here what you're trying to do is see if, hey, does it get cheaper if I buy two? Simple things that make it a good deal for you and the person selling to you. Number eight, live below your means. Now, if at any point so far or further on in this video, you feel like I don't understand how I can do this because I don't have money in the first place, come back to this tip. One thing we can all do to save money is to cut off our discretionary expenses. So maybe you start using public transportation, instead of taking cabs. And if you're driving, maybe you just start taking cabs. All these are small things, whether it's eating out, whether it's driving long distances, taking business class tickets, whatever it is that you're splurging on. These are discretionary expenses that you can reduce, and it will really help save 10 to 20% depending on how much you're spending at the moment. Number 9, buy daily need products in bulk. One thing we can all do to save money is save on regular expenses. Daily home essentials like soaps, shampoos, toothbrushes, deodorants, etc. etc. All these things cost a lot of money and pile up over a long period of time. But if you do one small thing and start buying these products in bulk, you'll get a better deal and you'll have a substantial saving month on month. Number 10, don't waste money showing off. One good habit rich people have is that they don't show off. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is why I want to mention that young money has a habit of showing off. It can be seen from a distance, it's loud, it wants to be noticed, but that's a mistake you should make, because the truly wealthy are deceptively low key. They dress normally and they mostly drive around in inconspicuous cars, which is what keeps them wealthy. Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and Jeff Bezos are all good examples of this. Not that they don't own fancy cars or fancy houses, it's just that they don't always keep talking about it. Number 11, avoid unnecessary luxuries. Now, contrary to what you might think, most rich people understand this and they will happily fly economy class over short distances and take a regular Uber instead of Uber Black if they need to. This doesn't mean that they don't indulge when they want to. It just means that most rich people know when it's worth paying for comfort, when it's worth paying for luxury, and when it's more vanity than real value for money. Number 12, consult a wealth coach. All things said and done, an expert is an expert, which is why you should talk to a professional wealth advisor. If you're worried about the expense, here's some good news for you. You can consult a Cube Wealth coach. Just download the Cube Wealth app from the link in the description and get started without burning a hole in your pocket. Number 13, own fewer things. One way to save money is to stop owning a lot of useless things. Instead, buy fewer things that you will use more often. If you're a regular Joe, this means that you're not going to buy every new iPhone that comes back, and maybe you don't need an iPhone, an iPad, and an whatever, right? You don't have to go out and buy every new pair of shoes that comes out. You don't have to go out and buy every new game that comes out for your PlayStation. Whatever it is that you've been doing, you obviously already know where you're overspending. So own fewer things and use things that really bring you joy. Number 14, spend on experiences. You buy something, you're happy for a day, you're happy for a month, but eventually the happiness and the joy that a thing gives you blows over. However, experiences stay with you for much longer, whether it's bungee jumping, rafting, kite surfing, going for a trip with your friends. Any of these experiences are going to give you memories which are worth more than buying new things or gadgets, which will all go out of vogue in a week. So try spending as much as possible on experiences over material things. Number 15, exercise and stay healthy. Saving money is difficult if you keep falling ill and spending endlessly on doctor's visits and medicines. So in fact, if you exercise regularly and stay healthy, you can save anywhere between 15 to 30% of your health in the long run, because this is obviously no surprise, right? We all know that medical advice and support are expensive. Number 16, have a fixed budget. One short way of saving money is to have a budget and to stick to it. Our tendency is to spend money on instant gratification, then delay that joy for later success. So that's why it's important to have a budget and stick to it like glue. If you want to be rich, make sure you make a realistic budget, one that you can stick to instead of setting a very high bar and failing to stick to the budget in the first place. Number 17, eat at home. Now, funnily enough, I'm making this video at the time of the coronavirus, so a lot of places are under lockdown and a lot of us are experiencing this firsthand because we are cooking at home. So you may have realized that when you cook at home, the cost is almost 1/3 of what it would be if you went out and ate. Plus, you're sure that the ingredients are healthy. You can be sure about the quality of food and tweak the taste you want to. So why not do this on a more regular basis? Cook at home. It's healthy, it's good for your body, and it's good for your pocket. Number 18, travel smart. We all need to go on vacations, but when you do go on a vacation, maybe you can try walking around town and get to know the city better instead of taking cabs everywhere. Similarly, if you're not going to stay indoors a lot, if you're going to be traveling during your vacation, then it doesn't make sense to get yourself a big fancy hotel room. And if you do pick a hotel, whenever you pick a hotel, you should do a little bit of a research and try to get the full value from the package. Maybe you can add breakfast, maybe you can see if you can get an airport pick up and drop. Small things that will help you save money and help you save money by cutting down on travel expenses and unnecessary costs. A comfortable vacation, guys, doesn't have to cost a bomb. Do a little research and book in advance, and always opt for the smarter option wherever possible. Number 19, try the 50-20-30 rule. Now, if you're wondering what that is, it simply says that you should make sure that you allocate 50% of your income after taxes for your needs, 30% for your wants, and 20%, at least 20% for your savings. Number 20, practice financial hygiene. Practicing financial hygiene is crucial. Rich people manage their money well because of good financial habits. So just like you brush your teeth every day, you must take stock of your budget, savings, investments, and expenses on at least a monthly basis. And it's amazing how many investors have no clue how their portfolios are performing. Because if you can't track it, it's not working for you. I would strongly recommend you download the Cube Wealth app from the link in the description. It is a super simple app that lets you look at all your investments in one go. Also lets you buy all these interesting assets. Check it out, it's really nice. Link in the description right now. So those were the top 20 money saving tips that we curated for you. I'm sure you guys have some tips that work for you as well. So if you've been saving money using any tips that we haven't mentioned, drop a comment, tell us how you save your money, and remember to subscribe to this channel so that keep getting great wealth advice from Cube Wealth.